is up, everybody? Hope everyone is having an awesome day. Thanks for tuning in again. If you haven't been here before, go ahead and get down there and click subscribe. So today's video is not going to be my usual truck video, but this is going to be involved with one of my Instagram pages, which is called Weldingriggerz. So right now I have a welding rig competition going on there. It's just for fun, just to see who's going to be the profile pick on my page. It's just an easy way to get people involved and interact with the page, and it's just something fun for the people and for people to enter their trucks in. So it's something exciting that I was happy about trying to do, and I'm gonna go over, we're about halfway through the bracket. We just finished round 3. I'm gonna be starting round 4 in the next couple days. So there is 64 rigs entered, and it's down to 8 rigs, which is in round 4. I already have the results from the round 3. If you want to know how I do it, I just go and after 24 hours I go down through and I count all the votes for each person. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the results of round 3, and then I'll go ahead and tell you who the round 4 pairs are, and I'll go and put a little bit of my input in with them and some of the things that you might not know about the rigs, or how well they've been doing in the competition. So go ahead and get started. So in round 3, the first round is Dylan Hunt versus Nate Welding. Okay, so sorry some of you guys if I go and I butcher your names. I apologize in advance because I might not be able to pronounce all of them. And I can say they've both made it this far in the competition. They're both pretty slick looking rigs if you ask me. But I can say that the winner of that round is Dylan Hunt, and he won by 54 votes. So he did pretty good. He's been getting through the competition, been winning by a pretty decent amount. He's got a pretty slick rig in my opinion. I can see him going a good little ways here, so expect to see him in the top 4, if not even better. Next one, we have Cowlick Welding versus T Blanchard, and T Blanchard went and won that one by 18 votes. It was 125 to 107. This one was pretty close. Both of these rigs were pretty slick. That was going to be a close one. And I can say in this competition, there's been a lot of these rigs, they've been blowing each other out of the water. There hasn't been very many close ones. We did have one tie in the first round, but since then there hasn't been much of a closeness. There was 2 in round 3 that were close, and it was them with 18 votes and another one with 10 votes, and I'll get to that here in a second. Okay, next up we got Head Trauma Speed Fab versus Travis Wetluffer. Yep, we'll go with that. So Travis Wetluffer won that one by 64 votes. He went and it was 147 to 83. Both them rigs were scooting along. The Head Trauma's rig, it's an older rig. It just looked like an older rig. It's a little different. You don't see very many of them very often. And then of course Travis's, it's a newer rig that you see a lot of. That thing's set up nice. It's a slick rig. Next one we got, I'm not even going to try to say his name, but I'll just go with the first name of his. It's Juan and versus JJ Floors. JJ Floors won by 107 votes. Now they're both pretty slick. They're both older rigs too, so I like seeing the older rigs paired up together and then the newer rigs paired up together, but of course it doesn't always work out like that. But I know that both these rigs were pretty sharp. I think his is probably, I haven't asked him, but I'm gonna guess it's like an 04 or an 05, the Juan, and the other one is a 1985 Chevy. So it's an older rig, and I'd say all you guys think that's a really sharp looking rig. Just the older rigs all souped up and showing what they can be if you want them to be. So JJ is moving on to the next round with his slick older looking rig. So next we got Mitch versus Weld Shocker, and this one was Mitch by 64 votes. They're both older rigs, and again, it's just cool to see these older rigs out here working their butts off. Weld Shocker's rig, I've never even really seen one in person, so that's pretty slick. You guys have pushed him around through the competition, but I figured you get hit whenever if he would get paired up with an older rig, that could be a little issue for him, and here it might have been. But Mitch's rig is a very sharp older 7.3, which you don't see them out here very often either, but yet I think it's a very, very slick rig. So he's moving on to the next round. Then we got Cody Turner and M. Hall. These are both newer rigs here, and Cody Turner won that one by 10 votes. That was the other close one we had there. It was a very close matchup there. Sometimes I almost think it just could also be the picture. Like M. Hall, his rig does look slick. I almost just, maybe if it was zoomed out a little bit more on the picture that he sent me, that way you can see the full rig a little more. I guess that'd just be my preference, just be able to see it all. But yet, I don't know, that was just 10 votes difference. So that was a very, very good matchup, very close matchup. A lot of these haven't been very close, but I like to see these ones that are very close. And we got Tack and Stack versus Sway 5.9. So this one, Tack and Stack had pulled away big time by this one. This has been one of the top, I would say, in the top 2 of all the rigs in this competition. He has been doing awesome. He has been blowing through, and I'll get up to some of his stats, I should say, here in a minute whenever I go. But he won against Sway 5.9 by 177 votes. So he went and pushed right on through there. He's got a very slick rig, blacked out, mega cab. You don't see very many mega cab rigs. It's really slick against Sway's older 5.9 second gen. His rig's pretty slick too. It's just when you put it up against this other one that you guys have been pushing through like crazy, he's just trucking along. He's moving right through there. So yeah, he's just been demolishing anyone he goes up against, beating them big time, and I'll go into all that here in a minute. So, but Stack and Tack is moving on. Okay, and the last pair up we got for round 3 is Alex D. Johnson versus Borja 101. And I figured this would be a pretty close competition because Alex's rig is a very slick, sharp-looking second gen. Everything's matching. It's just, it is a very, very slick rig for me, especially me. It's an awesome, sharp-looking rig. I figured this would have been very close, but Borja went and he won this one by 138 votes, which that surprised me. I figured this one would be close, but then again, he's the other rig that you guys has been pushing around through this competition. He's been flying through, so kind of surprised, but at the same time kind of not surprised. He's been doing really good pushing it through, and his rig is very slick. He's got so much work tied up in that thing. I can't even imagine. That thing is just slick. So he is moving on. Okay guys, so now I'm going to go through and tell you the round 4 lineups, what my predictions are, if it's going to be close, if it's not, who I think is going to win maybe, and why. And then one of the matchups is a massive matchup, and I went ahead and pulled both of their stats and how much they won by each time and stuff like that, and I'm going to go through that with you guys also. The first one in round 4 is Dylan Hunt versus T Blanchard, and these rigs are both sharp. I really like both these rigs, but me myself, I would probably like Blanchard's rig just because I'm more of a Dodge guy. But yet, of course, if you've been on the channel and watched any of my other videos, I have a Dodge, so you probably know why. But I'm going to say that Dylan Hunt's going to pull away with this one because he has been doing awesome. He's been kicking butt, going all the way through this competition. I'd say he's the third. He's in the top 3 there for this competition. I'd say he'll go to the final 4, if not go to the winning round there. I'd say he's going to do awesome. So that would be my assumption there, that it's going to be Dylan Hunt with that one. Next one is Travis versus JJ. These rigs are both very sharp. It just depends if you guys like older rigs or newer rigs, because Travis's is the new Ford, as you guys can see, and JJ's is an old one. And just a little heads up to make you, I don't know if this will help you guys like or not like JJ's, but he gave me a little information on his truck here. And his truck is a 1985 K30, and he went and did a Cummins 12 valve swap on it. So this truck has a Cummins engine in it. So if you guys are into that, then it might make you like his truck a little better. If you're not into that, it might not make you like it as much. But just thought I'd give you a little bit of tidbit of information on there on that one. So next we got Mitch and Cody Turner. These are two Fords matching up here. Got the 7.3 and got the 6.7 matching up here. Got the new versus old here. Just again, depends what you like. You like older ones, you like newer ones. It's up to you, whatever one you like. But then they're both slick. Mitch has already got his set up. Cody's getting his set up to get it out there and get to work. They're both very sharp, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with just a newer rig here. It might not be. It might go to the older rig, but I'm gonna say newer if I had to choose here. Just because it seems like most of you guys all like the newer rigs, even if this is. Normally I'd say, oh, it's probably whichever truck brand you prefer, whatever. These are two Fords matched up, so I would say newer. The older one's pretty sharp, but I would say it's probably gonna go to a newer rig if I had to guess. Okay guys, so now we're coming up to the last matchup in round 4, and this is the big matchup. And it is Borja versus Tack and Stack. These are the top 2 guys in this competition, if you ask me, because they have been doing awesome in all these ones. You guys have been blowing them through here. Every time they go, every round, you guys have just been blowing them out of the water. I guess this is my fault because I just put you guys on the list for the competition as the way you guys message me, and I guess that works. But yet when you see these 2 awesome rigs paired up together in round 4, and if they go all the way, there's 6. So I would want to see something like this big matchup here, because these guys have been blowing through this competition in the last round. But yeah, I just put them in there as you guys messaged me, and so they are paired up together in round 4, and they have been blowing through the competition here. So this is the big round. So again, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, I am so sorry. But Borja, if I'm Borja, if you haven't been on my Instagram page and seen how it's spelled, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, and I'm sorry. But round 1, he won by 180 votes. Round 2, 68, and round 3, 138 votes. So he has been flying through the rounds. He's been doing awesome. You guys have been kicking him right through there big time. So that's why I say this is going to be such a hard, tough matchup. And Tack and Stack, the first round, he won by 216 votes. The second round, he won by 194. In the third round, he won by 177. So they are both kicking butt. Now, if I go according to the records here, I'm going to say that Tack and Stack is going to win this. But yet, they are both such slick, sharp rigs. I'm going to leave this one up to you guys, because I don't even know which one I would choose with this one. But yet, I just know they're both very slick rigs. They've both got a lot of time and money invested in these rigs, and this is an awesome major matchup that I would like to have seen in like the final rounds, but on my own fault, I'm seeing it now. So this is an awesome matchup here. I'm excited to see this and see who comes out winning. And then if it is close, I will probably end up counting these votes multiple times just to make sure to see which one goes. So hopefully they're within a couple votes each other, just to make it a good competition, good and awesome. So I'm excited for this. So I guess if you guys haven't been on my Instagram page before, it is called Weldingriggerz with a Z on the end. Go ahead and look me up. I get this competition going on right now, then I'll get back to posting rigs daily. So I'm excited about this competition. I'll go ahead after round 4 is done, I'll post another video going through the same stuff, and then round 5, and I'll have more information on the rigs. I'll get a little more info off the owners when that time comes, and try to give you guys all the information to go forward with the competition, maybe help you guys out in your voting a little bit, or you guys can just vote for whoever rig you like better, or if you want more information, I'll get you guys some more information. So I guess if you guys have my Instagram channel, go ahead and get to that. If you haven't been to if you're normally watching this channel, go ahead and Or if you haven't normally watched this channel, go ahead and subscribe to my Instagram channel for my truck, 67 Hills, which is what this page is mostly based around, but there will be some of both contents on both of them. There'll be some stuff from my Weldingriggerz page and stuff from my 67 Hills, which is my truck. So I'll kind of go back and forth with that, but right now the competition's getting pretty heated here, so I'm dealing with this right now and all that fun stuff. And then if you're from the Weldingriggerz page, if you haven't been here before, go ahead and get in there and click subscribe. That way you don't miss out on any future content on Weldingriggerz. And then if you're into trucks, which I am, which is why I'm all about this welding rigs, all about trucks, all about all this stuff. So if you're interested in all that stuff, go ahead and click subscribe. You can see all the stuff that I do and learn along the way with my truck. So I'm excited for all that, and just, yeah, so if you guys have been here before or you haven't been here before, go ahead and click subscribe. You don't miss out on any future content coming to the channel. Hope everyone had an awesome day. Hope everyone appreciated the video. Go ahead and get over to Weldingriggerz and go vote on your truck. I'm probably going to post normal rigs today, which is Saturday, and then tomorrow I will go and start posting the rigs again Sunday night. So kind of give a break between here on the rigs, kind of get back to normal for a couple days, and then go and start posting them again. So hope everyone's enjoying the competition. Hope everyone liked the video, and see everyone in the next one. Have a blessed day, everyone.